Okay, let's start with this premise that the derivative of a product is not the product of the derivatives. So here's an example. If we take the derivative, this is notation for derivative, of x squared, using the power rule, we know the derivative of x squared is 2x. But if we instead write the derivative of x squared as the derivative of x times x, what we're saying is that that is not the same as just taking the derivative of x, which would be 1, and multiplying it by the derivative of this x, which would be 1. Okay, clearly we know the derivative is supposed to come out to 2x, but if we just take this derivative and this derivative separately and multiply them, we do not get 2x. So there has to be something else that we can use to find the derivative of a product, and that's called the product rule. Here's the product rule. The product rule says that if you want to find the derivative of a product of two separate functions, you take the first function and you multiply it by the derivative of the second function, and then you add that to the second function times the derivative of the first function. So again, if you want to find the derivative of the product of two functions, it's the first function times the derivative of the second function plus the second function times the derivative of the first. If you look at that from a notation standpoint, that's what this is right here. This is the notation for that. My two functions are u and v. The product rule says I leave u, that's the first function, and I multiply it by the derivative of v, which is the second function. And then I do the reverse. I add that to, I leave v, and I multiply that by the derivative of u. This is called the product rule, and you have to have this memorized. So here's an example. If I want to find this derivative using the product rule, I would write the derivative, and I would take my first function, which is x, and I'm going to multiply that by the derivative of the second function, x squared plus 4, and then I'm going to add that to the second function, which is x squared plus 4, times the derivative of the first function, x. That's the product rule written out. Now I'm going to replace this quantity here and this quantity here with their respective derivatives. So right here I have first function, which was x, and now I'm going to multiply it by the derivative of x squared plus 4. The derivative of x squared plus 4 is 2x plus 0, since the derivative of 4 is 0, plus, here's my second function, x squared plus 4, times the derivative of x, which is 1. So right now I have successfully found my derivative, and I'm just going to simplify this. So x times x is 2x squared plus x squared plus 4, which is 3x squared plus 4. Now this is in no way a proof, but I could take my original function, y equals x times x squared plus 4, and I could distribute this x first. So I'm going to rewrite that function as x cubed plus 4x. Now I can take the derivative without the product rule because this is no longer a product. So the derivative of x cubed is 3x squared, and the derivative of 4x is 4. So you'll see that we get the same answer both ways. Sometimes you can avoid using the product rule by doing what I just did here in green, and other times you have to use the product rule. Let's try this with one more example. This function is the product of two functions. My first function is 3x squared plus 1, and my second function is 7x cubed plus x. So by the product rule, I take my first function, which is 3x squared plus 1, and I multiply that by the derivative of my second function, so the derivative of 7x cubed plus x, and then I add that to my second function, 7x cubed plus x, times the derivative of my first function, 3x squared plus 1. And then again, just like in the previous example, I'm going to take this piece here and this piece here and replace them with their derivatives. So right here I have 3x squared plus 1, and then the derivative of 7x cubed plus x is 21x squared plus 1. And then over here I have 7x cubed plus x, and the derivative of 3x squared plus 1 is simply 6x. So this is my derivative. And if I wanted to, I could further simplify that by foiling out these two, distributing the 6x, and combining like terms. Eventually, we hope that you can do this. You can kind of skip that second step. So this product is going to be first function, which is 3x minus x squared, and then just take this derivative. The derivative of 3x cubed is 9x squared, plus second function, which is 3x cubed minus 4, times the derivative of this one, which would be 3x, no, not 3x, would be 3 minus 2x. And then here you are again, this is your derivative. If you'd like to, you could distribute the 9x squared, you could FOIL these two out, and then you can combine like terms. I'm not going to do that for the purposes of this video, but you will do that when you do your assignment. Just like the derivative of a product is not the product of the derivatives, the same thing is true for quotient. The derivative of a quotient is not the quotient of the derivatives. So we could take, the best case example would be taking 1 over x. So if we take 1 over x, which is a quotient, I could write that as x to the negative 1, and the derivative of x to the negative 1 would be negative 1 x to the negative 2. If I tried to do this, if I said, you know what, this is a quotient, maybe I could just take the quotient of the derivative. So I would take the derivative of 1, which is 0, and the derivative of x, which is 1, and maybe that would be my derivative. But you can see that those two things are not the same. So this is not okay. So if I want to find the derivative of a quotient, I have to use the quotient rule. So just like there's a product rule, there's a quotient rule. They have some similarities, but the quotient rule says that if you want to take the derivative of the quotient of two functions, you take the denominator and you multiply the denominator times the derivative of the numerator. And then the big difference here is that you subtract, not add. And now you subtract the numerator times the derivative of the denominator. And then everything is divided by the denominator squared. Okay, so I'm going to say that one more time so you can hear the quotient rule again. The quotient rule says take the denominator and multiply it by the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator and divide the whole thing by the denominator squared. This right here is notation for that. U is one function and V is the other function. The quotient rule says denominator, which is V, times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator, derivative of the denominator, divided by denominator squared. Probably the best way to illustrate this is to just do. So this is a quotient of x squared divided by x cubed plus 7. So the quotient rule would say take the denominator as is, so that's x cubed plus 7, and you multiply that by the derivative of x squared minus numerator, which is x squared, multiplied by the derivative of the denominator, which is x cubed plus 7, and divide the whole thing by the denominator squared. So again, just like with the product rule, my next step is to take each of these and find the derivatives. So I'm going to have y prime is equal to x cubed plus 7, and then I'm going to take the derivative of x squared, which is 2x, minus x squared, and then right here I'm going to take the derivative of x cubed, which is 3x squared. And then, of course, I still have that divided by x cubed plus 7 squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and simplify this one. just to make sure that you've seen that, but I'm going to distribute that 2x, which would be 2x to the fourth plus 14x. I'm going to distribute, oh, there's no distributing. I'm just going to multiply that out. That's minus 3x to the fourth divided by x cubed plus 7 squared. And so my final derivative would be negative x to the fourth plus 14x divided by x cubed plus 7 squared. When you simplify these, there's no need to square the denominator, although it's perfectly fine if you'd like to, but not necessary. And there's no need to further simplify the numerator. So let's try this for one more. This is a quotient of two functions. My top function is 3x squared, and my bottom function is x minus 2. Quotient rule says take the denominator, which is x minus 2, and multiply that by the derivative of the numerator, so the derivative of 3x squared, minus numerator times derivative of denominator divided by denominator squared. So I'm going to leave my x minus 2, and I'm replacing this with the derivative of 3x squared, which is 6x, minus 3x squared, and the derivative of x minus 2 is just 1, because the derivative of x is 1, and the derivative of negative 2 is 0, and then I have that divided by x minus 2 squared. And then usually we'll just ask you to clean up the numerator. So that's 6x squared minus 12x minus 3x squared divided by x minus 2 squared, which would be 3x squared minus 12x divided by x minus 2 squared. And that's your derivative.